it's Shawnee. Welcome back. So today I'm going to do another look with the Natasha Denona Glam palette. This is kind of an OG palette. Like there are some for real OGs, and I think this is like part of the second wave of OGs, the midi OGs. And last time I think I did a like kind of glam sultry look, and today I believe I want to use this shade here, maybe this one. I'll kind of see where the spirit leads me. As for primer, eyeshadow primer, I just put on, here it is, the shade, no, this isn't it. The shade Cocoa in the NYX Fix Stick. There it is. And you can see it on my eyes. It's sort of like a reddish brown. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started. As I've said before, Natasha tends to like to have like a deep sort of liner or outer V, which is I'm a fan of as well. So I'm going to do that. So I've been reading the news. There is a cemetery in the UK that is coming under fire. And the reason is because starting January 1st, 2025, they require a VIP pass for you to get into the cemetery. Hold on to that. That's what I said. A VIP pass to get into the cemetery to visit your beloved loved ones that are resting there. Yo, let me tell you this story. So cemeteries are like privately owned, right? So I guess they could do whatever they want to. But they said it's called the Garden of Remembrance. And it's in Stoke-on-Trent. So those who don't purchase the VIP pass will only be able to enter the cemetery during business hours. So I'm going to start here. I might actually start with this deeper one here. Actually, I don't know. These are the three mattes that I feel like I go towards. Not as much these cooler ones. I don't know. Well, let's just see what happens. So this is the deepest matte in the palette. And I'm just going to kind of drag it along my bottom, no, my top lash line. And wing it out just a little bit. Okay. I have the stuff right here. So from January 2025, not only do you need a VIP pass, the cemetery will also be protected by electric gates, just to make sure that, you know, it's safe for staff and family and visitors and such. So you need to have your VIP pass by the time the new year comes in. So a couple weeks. And the passes are like $12 per pass for access to the Rose Garden, and then $6 per pass to visit a grave. And we don't know if that's per visit or for the year. They haven't said. I don't know if it's like, you know, like a bus pass where it's like you have it for a month and then you have to get a new sticker or something. They don't really say. They don't make it clear. All I know is you better have $12 if you want to go to the Rose Garden, and $6 if you want to just go to the grave. But now I'm like, what if you want to go to both? So you got to spend almost $20. Let's keep going. You have to spend almost $20 to go visit your loved ones. And they have signs all over the place. Non-VIP pass holders can still enter the grounds, but only from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. What time? Y'all, this can't be real, can it? But it is. They have signs everywhere letting you know. And they're like, there will be no access at the weekends, nor on bank holidays, nor on any other day when the office is closed. The weekends and bank holidays are probably the days most people are able to go. Girl, I am through. I am completely through. I'm completely through. The owners have lost the plot, the burial plot. It seems like the VIP passes are going to work like key cards. There are 1,300 graves there, and we could not send that many keys out. So people can come and get a card if they want one. And this gives them access to 9 p.m. So they have a couple extra hours than the folks who don't have the pass. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? I'm thinking it's a little foolish. Now, it's not like a grounds or maintenance fee. It's like you need a fee to enter the premises. Can they do that? I mean, I guess they can because they are. I have never. When I read this, I'm like, capitalism. Like, for real? You really gonna charge people to come in here to visit the grave of their loved one? I am going to go in maybe with this shade here. But wait a minute though. And then you have the nerve to not be open on the weekends? You're not open on the weekends, and you're also like bank holidays. But why you gotta be there for me to be there? Why you gotta be there? I don't understand. Can't I just what? And you also, you're gonna have the gate, and I'm gonna have to slide my card in, like or maybe it's like an ATM card. Y'all, this is one of the craziest things I have heard in quite some time. And I have heard some crazy things, like personally and professionally. And this one right here is hard to understand. And you also have 1,300 graves. That just seems like a cash grab. But he's like, people can now know that it's going to be safe for them to come in and visit. They'll be safe from undesirables. All I know is that is often said from people who are like racist and bigoted and stuff, but I don't know what is an undesirable. But they have handed out 90 free passes for people who are the most vulnerable in the society. I guess the people who cannot afford to spend $20 to go visit their loved one. What shade am I going to go into? I'm really being drawn to these. Maybe I can use one and then save the other for like, I don't know, another time. So I think I'll go into this one here. Here it is. Kind of like a soft gold. I think the other look I did had more of a silver tone to it. But girl, could you imagine you like go to church on Sunday and you're like, you know, let's just go to the gravesite, visit family. And they're like, by the way, it's closed. Second of all, don't be coming up in here if you don't have a pass, a VIP pass. My nose is cold, y'all. I had to. Child. Oh. How many of y'all live over there? Because can they do this? Can they do this? I don't. I feel like there are places where this would not go well. So I'm wondering, is it going to be okay in the UK? Or is somebody going to get like a bop on the nose? Because you already have heightened emotions, right? When you're going to a cemetery, you already have heightened emotions. What if you forget your pass key, your VIP card? Wait, this is not a hotel. What if you forget? So you and it's an electric, who puts an electric fence up? It's like we on the yard in prison. Like, come on. See, you know what? You know what? And here's the thing. What if you aren't able to go until like January 5th? So it's a month. You don't even know that this is happening. And then you get there and you get there by like 4. And they're like, sorry, you don't have a pass. A pass to what? Girl, this is too much. This is too, I'm angrier and angrier on behalf of these people. Could you imagine? Dude. Child capitalism, that's what it is, capitalism. Because they want people to pay for everything. I can understand like a groundskeeping, a maintenance kind of thing, right? Make sure also that it looks like spectacular. I'm not paying for you to just have weeds and stuff growing all over this place. But you're actually going to charge me admission? You're going to charge me admission. Like this is Disneyland. Do you get a season pass? I would no. This, Mr. Mr. Taft, that's his name. Look, Jason Taft. That's his name. I'm wondering, like, what happened that made him think this was a great idea? Who works there? Because obviously none of y'all have sense. Not near one of you. Nobody has sense, because how dare you? Like, how dare you? You know what? Me and Mr. Taft would fight. We would fight. People emotions are already high. And then you gonna... Is there like an intercom system at the gate? Like, how does this work? How does it... Is it like... Am I supposed to wear it on like a lanyard and just put it up to the like the little thing, you know? This don't make no sense. Can they do that? Can they do that? Oh, girl, my empanadas are on the way. Can they do that? I mean, I know I keep asking the same thing, but can they? Listen, that's crazy. I bet you wouldn't. Because they gonna get the wrong person on the right day. And that person is going to be upset. They're going to be upset, girl. And that person would probably be me. Because I'm just saying, you already up here not feeling great, right? And then you have to remember, oh, shoot, let me take my pass key. And then, like, what? Then I have to go between these hours. And then you're not even open on the weekend? What? So is the electric fence going to electrocute me if I try to come in here on the weekend? This is foolishness, okay? This is pure foolishness. Like full fat milk. This is full foolishness. Let me put the rest of something. This is real fast and quick. Let me put the rest of something on my face, and then maybe I will go in and use this shade that I've been wanting to, just as a second look, I guess. Here is the finished look. It's really, I think, pretty simple. I think this is something you can just wear out, but during the holidays, you know, you can amp it up with a little bit of gold. And I think especially if you're not wanting to be all blinged out and boom pow, this is a really good palette for that. Now I'm going to do an even simpler look and probably just a shimmer and like a liner. So let's see how that turns out. Okay, so I took that look off and I just put on some concealer, blended it up onto my eyelids. So I might not worry about an eyeshadow primer since I've got the concealer on. And I'm gonna do something super duper simple like the other looks have been. And I'm gonna go in with this shade and probably add a liner to it. Not quite sure just yet, but if I do, it will either be the Natasha Denona Macro Blade Liquid Liner, which is one of my favorite liquid liners, probably my favorites. or I will use the Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette from Danessa Myricks and go in with this tourmaline shade. I really like to use that shade for liner with like a liner pencil, or liner brush. I often use the My Yummy Liner number 33 brush from Danessa and My Kit Co. So we'll see. If you didn't know, I love Danessa and I claim her as my cousin. She just doesn't know and I don't really know, but I've met her and I love her and that's it. So this story stood out to me for a reason, for several reasons. But one of the reasons is because it reminded me of one of my favorite mugs. And this is the mug. It says, Collection of Client Tears. Okay? Because everybody who comes to my office cries. Seriously. And so, you know, add a little humor to the trauma. I'll sometimes use that mug. I love coffee mugs. I have so many, and a lot of them have little sayings on them. I don't know, I just love it. So I think you saw my PhD one. I also have one from like a supervisee that says like best supervisor ever or something. I just have quite a few of them and I love them so much. So if you ever see one that you think I would like, send me the link so that I can buy it, okay? Okay. So let's go in with the eyeshadow, and I'm going to just use my finger. You are more than welcome to use a brush, but whenever my nails are short, I try to take advantage of using my finger for shimmers. I just like it better. So, Fireball. You know that brand with the Fireball, is it whiskey? Yes. They have a new whiskey, and let me tell you about it. It is going to be made from tears. This is a football thing. That's why I don't get into football. Fireball whiskey is collecting the tears of disappointed football fans after their team loses for a new whiskey called Crierball. Wish I was kidding. This was on CNN. Not that that means it's real, but okay. Relatively reliable source. Here is the shade. Ooh, that's so pretty. Relatively reliable source. You know, some may say. And being that we live in the society that we live, I'm not surprised. I don't think this is outside of the realm of possibility. Okay? I think I've maybe probably seen worse. Probably all have. Rosé's food just distributed. Speaking of Rosé, y'all, so her pet sitter, Rachel, she loves Rachel. She loves Rachel, I think, more than she loves me. Like, when Rachel, like, leaves after I, like, come back from a trip or something, Rosé will sit her little behind by the window, by the door, like if she just waiting for Rachel to come back. She ain't loyal. She ain't loyal, but anyway. I contacted Rachel and I'm like, hey girl, you still doing the pet sitting? Because I haven't used her for a few months because I have no life and I don't go anywhere. I might be going to LA, my home, for like sometime after the new year. So I was like, hey Rachel, just FYI, probably gonna schedule something. And also question, I might just need you for like a day, like the day that I take your bestie to the vet, because we struggle with getting her in the carrier. So like, could I just do that? Just have you for like a day? And she laughed, but she said yes. I'm like, girl, I will pay you whatever. I will pay you whatever, because I think both Miss Ma'am and I have come out of those situations traumatized. Remember last time we went to the vet? She would not come out of the carrier. It was one of the hard case carriers. She would not come out. We had to take the carrier apart. When I tell you, I felt like one of those embarrassed mothers in the grocery store. Like, I can't believe you were embarrassing me like this. I felt like that. I was so embarrassed. And I'm just like, where did you get this level of dramatics from? I don't know. Anyway, what was I talking about? Crierball. Let me tell you something. This is ridiculous. So they're talking about it's going to be, the flavor will capture the true spirit of game day. And it'll blend the emotion of heartbreak with the cinnamon sweetness of Fireball. Imagine that pitch meeting where someone was like, this is what we're gonna do. Here's the thing though, I feel like football fans, like the super like rabid football fans, are gonna be so behind this. They are going to be like, yes, okay, yes. That's what they're gonna say. You know what? I'm gonna call my brother. I'm gonna ask him, like, would you do this? Because he likes whiskey. I don't know that he wants to be drinking the tea. Ew. Okay? Ew. But hold on, I'm gonna tell you more. Let me just pat this on. I'm gonna need one of y'all to apply to be an official tier collector. You know, I might even do it. They will be posted outside of some of the season's biggest NFL and college rivalry games. Now, thank you, Lord, the games have already passed. But as fans leave, they'll use eyedroppers and a jar to collect the tears. You know what? Sometimes I say, like, an intern came up with this. This is not an intern that came up with this. This has to be some, like, big wig that's just like, let's just go full out, guys. We're going to collect the tears of those people. Like, that's what it is. It is not, it has to be somebody who is so full of themselves that they have the nerve and the gall to be like, this is a great idea, guys. Get behind it. That's what that is, y'all. That is what that is. You have to have a certain level of gumption, a certain level of gall and nerve and like, just like privileged white boy confidence to come up with this. I don't know. That's what I think it is, okay? That's what I think it is. You know, America loves football, or is it baseball or basketball? Whatever. America runs on Duncan. Like, and gross. I'm not a medical doctor, okay? But is that okay to be like collecting people tears? So you're telling me you're gonna so how does this work? So you're gonna use an eyedropper. Are you putting something in my eyes so that I cry? And then, like, do I just put my face over the jar? Or, because you can't suck the tears out my eye, right? That's not possible. Right? It says the tears will then undergo a sterilization and distillation process before becoming Crierball. I don't believe that. Y'all, maybe I'm the crazy one here. And I mean, I am, right? But I don't think I'm wrong for this, for my reaction to this. Could you? No, okay, so maybe it's maybe it's not for people to drink. Could you imagine going to somebody's house and you're like, oh yeah, I love me some whiskey, and then you take a sip and they're like, oh yeah, that's Crierball. Oh, what's that? It is the blood and tears of my enemies. Like, what? Like, friendship over. Because you're doing too much. You are doing we cannot be friends. No. This is like, you have taken it to a level that I'm just not comfortable with. Like, we can't come back from that. First of all, I'm gonna go in your bathroom and vomit, and then don't speak to them, just walk out the house, and that's it. Like, you done gone too far. You just went too far. You just went way too far with it. It's not okay. It's not okay. No. I'm just use this Rose and Ben E28 to just blend. Girl. Oh, let me see if there wasn't. Sorry, I forgot. So they're like, in football, few things are better than the sweet taste of victory, literally. Especially when that win comes at the expense of your biggest rivals. said Danny Swish, Global Brand Director of Fiber. I'm a, like, hold one second. I'm gonna look this man up because I have in my head what he looks like. He look exactly how I thought. He look exactly how I thought. He look exactly how I thought. Let me show you. Oh, tell me that's not how you thought Danny looked. Well, I had a couple versions, but this fits, okay? This fits down to the watch, to the tailored, like, no, manscaped beard, the, like, gel swooped back hair, the, like, lean, the professional lean photo. I'm upset by this. But this, I already knew that's how Danny was gonna look. I already knew that's how Danny was gonna look. Okay, let me keep on. This is when you just are so used to getting everything in life. Like, you can just say any kind of foolishness and you're the top dog, so ain't nobody gonna be like, nah, I don't think this is a good idea. No, either you came up with it or you took it from somebody else. Like, you know what? And you all probably came up with it after watching a football game while you were drinking whiskey and your team won. Surely, you know what would be cool, guys? The tears of our like the people who lost. So it's limited edition and they're like, our brand is all about embracing that competitive spirit, but amping it up with a little more spice. Weirdos. Okay, so let me tell you the games because we already missed them, y'all. We already missed them. Some of the games that tier collectors were at were the Philadelphia Eagles versus Dallas Cowboys. That was November 10th. The Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. That was November 17th. And the Iron Bowl featuring the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Auburn Tigers on November 30th. So praise the Lord, we've missed it. And it's limited edition. So, but could you imagine you are at the game and they're like, oh yeah, as you exit, we're just going to collect your tears, you loser. Like, I just... I want to get people an Audible subscription because obviously, like, people need to read or listen to books because they have no time on their hands, and that's how you come up with this sort of foolishness. That's what it is. Exactly what it is. Because you know why? I haven't kind of come up with anything like that. And that's because I have stuff to do as I sit here doing a wing. I have stuff to do with my life. And it's not like... But you know what? If I was up in that C-suite making all that money, I'd probably be like, yep, Danny. Good idea, bud. Yeah. Okay. Let me do the other side, but also before I do that, I'm gonna look a little crazy because I think I'm gonna go in with one of the Danessa Myricks blurring balm powders, the low lighters, and this is in the shade Unbothered. So I'm gonna use this. It's a low lighter, which I don't do a ton of highlighters, so when these came out, I was super excited because I was like, this is perfect for me and for other people who you just want a little bit of something, but you know, you just want a little bit of shine so that when you're out in the sun, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I got all of them. Okay, so let me do this other eye and pop on some mascara. Probably change the lip gloss, and then I will come. Here's the second finish look, and paired it with a reddish lip. And of course I did the liner and I just put on some mascara. I think you can amp up both of these looks with some lashes. Some of my faves are from either Ardell or also Kiss. It doesn't look like I have any of the Kiss right now. Ardell or Kiss, I tend to get whatever is on sale. I really like the wispies just because it gives you that wispy look. And I know like Jan likes the lashes with the dark band. I prefer the ones with like the clear band, Invisiband. I don't know, but I think either of them would go great. And if you are like, I don't want to do a wing, just do a little bit of darker shadow on your lash line, or just use the shimmer and don't even worry about the other stuff. Anyway, that is it. I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. I'm attempting. I cannot say that I'm succeeding at it, but I'm trying. So I appreciate all of the encouragement for me to get it together and take care of myself. Let me know what you think of these stories. What was the first one? $20 to get into the cemetery and drinking the tears of your rivals. Yeah. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.